The Love Lab, as we've come to call it, is a research facility where husbands and wives are screened, interviewed, and observed interacting with each other. Researchers use video cameras, heart monitors, and other biofeedback equipment to determine people's stress levels during conversations with their partners. This information is encoded and mathematically analyzed. By collecting and analyzing such data on thousands of couples and tracking their progress over time, we've learned an enormous amount about the dynamics of marriage. And ultimately, we've been able to determine which interactions lead to lasting happiness and which interactions lead to emotional distance and divorce. So that's the kind of thing that I bring to you today, mainly through this book that I think is a great resource for couples. John Gottman has also done a number of other books, but I bring you this one today. So our agenda is, it sounds very simple, to talk about what they call the 4 horsemen, and then to get into the 10 lessons with very specific examples. And also something that is not in their book that I thought I would bring to you that's also in their other materials, the 7 components of a sound marital house. So let's get started. So what's the problem? What's the problem in marriage? It can be just about anything, but on the outside you see the arguing, or you see the silence. You see misunderstandings, and you also feel hurt feelings or anger or frustration or whatever you're feeling. You know those, but what's the problem underneath all of it? And how do you solve it? So one of the basic concepts that John and Julie Gottman have come up with is the difference between a complaint and a criticism. It's very interesting to see how these are different. So let's look at the example they give. You talked about yourself all through dinner and didn't ask me about my day. That hurt my feelings. Now that's a complaint. Okay? The criticism goes deeper. You talked about yourself all through dinner and didn't ask me about my day. Now that's the same sentence. Then that person adds, how can you treat me this way? What kind of person are you? Okay? That goes right to the heart of the person. Okay? That's attacking the person. And I've noticed that the 3 common complaints that people come to me with in therapy often are not helping around the house, too much phone or electronics, not connecting enough, or no passion in the marriage. So that's my contribution here. John Gottman's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is what he calls his 4 horsemen. And what he's found is that if unchecked, these behaviors often lead to divorce. And what's interesting to note is that especially these and the rest of their philosophies, they've been able to predict divorce in 94% of the couples that they see. And remember, they've interviewed and researched with thousands of couples and followed them through.